Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So XRP_Canada tweeted this yesterday. If you aren't following XRP_Canada on Twitter, I suggest you do, guys. He does tweet out some great stuff. So this was a statement from Cory Johnson at Ripple. It is insane in the era of technology when I can send a text message to a friend in Rome with emojis and a GIF attached to it, or I can send an email to a friend in Cape Town, South Africa in 3 seconds with an Excel spreadsheet attached with all kinds of information, but I cannot send anything of value. I can't send value or money when anything less than 500 or 600 basis points of costs and will take me 3 to 5 days. That's crazy, and that doesn't reflect the best of technology. And so, yeah, I believe this statement was probably the most interesting part of this article here. It's from this article. Ripple's Cory Johnson compares XRP's technology to Bitcoin 2.0. And we have to remember that, right? XRP was created to be a better Bitcoin. And so the idea behind Bitcoin was amazing. When it first came out, it was just simply amazing. You know, to have this decentralized system where people can exchange value to and from wallets in the blink of an eye. It was really remarkable, but as Bitcoin grew, we realized it couldn't scale. There was a problem there. Whether Satoshi didn't realize that his invention would become so big, or if it was just a test pilot to give an idea to future generations of how cryptocurrencies can be transmitted, the fact of the matter is Bitcoin cannot scale in its current form. The technology is too old and clunky, and there are better solutions, namely XRP. And so we have to think, guys, governments are looking at cryptocurrencies as a whole. They want to use them in some way, shape, or form. Some governments are even suggesting that they convert their current currencies, i.e. the US greenback, or the Canadian loonie dollar, or the British pound, what have you, into a cryptocurrency version of that currency. Obviously, governments would want to do this. If you think about it, it would prevent money laundering, it would prevent illegal activity, it would prevent tax evasion, it would prevent so many things. So why wouldn't a government want to convert their current fiat into a cryptocurrency? I think governments are realizing that crypto will be more beneficial to them than originally thought. But so I just want to jump to this real quick. Ripple, the firm behind XRP, attracts a Google Technologist to come on board. And this is great. Ripple's attracting great talent from Google. But this isn't really what I wanted to talk about here. It's a great piece of news, and it just shows you kind of how serious Ripple is. Committing to their technology, committing to the company to make it the best it can be, to do what it needs to do, transfer value with XRP. But what this video is really about is for all you guys worrying out there, is my XRP really going to be worth something down the road? And there's many reasons why you guys don't have to be worried about this, okay? Let me just demonstrate here. So recently, Cory Johnson and Miguel Valles published a summary of Ripple's financial situation, demonstrating not only Ripple's transparency, but its continued growth in a difficult and relatively discouraging market. So this struck me. As we know, Ripple is not XRP. XRP is not Ripple. Ripple relies on XRP to do what they do. Cory Johnson likens Ripple to ExxonMobil and XRP to oil. They definitely have a link. They are part of each other's industry. However, they are not linked to each other in such a detrimental way that one equals the other. So you can have oil without ExxonMobil. You can have ExxonMobil without oil. But ExxonMobil needs oil in order to do business. And so you think of Ripple as a technology company, and you think of them as the movers and the shakers in this business. In fintech, you know, looking to transfer money across borders, looking to do all these great things with their technology. Yet, in their Q3 report, they did talk about the fact that they managed to sell more XRP than ever before, and that companies are buying and holding XRP. If you go to the market report here, you know, they talk about that, right? Ripple's XRP sales. Brad Garlinghouse went on the record as saying this is the best quarter for banks and financial institutions to buy and hold XRP. Now, if these things don't go hand in hand, which they do not, we know Ripple can exist without XRP. Why is it important for Ripple to have banks and other financial institutions around the world holding XRP? Well, this is a great question, Working Money Channel. Why don't you tell us why? And that's what I'm going to do. So this is Ripple's third quarter 2018 report from their website, ripple.com. They talk about the XRP sales, okay? They talk about the escrow activity, okay? Market commentary. And then down here, they talk about Wall Street adoption, which I found interesting. Big institutional firms continue moving towards backing crypto trading, but have yet to launch offerings into the market. In August, Bloomberg News reported that Goldman Sachs Group was considering a plan to offer custody for crypto funds, citing people with knowledge of the matter. The second quarter, Nomura Holdings announced a custody consortium called Komeinu, and a Bank of New York Mellon, JP Morgan Chase, and Northern Trust are all reportedly exploring or already working on crypto custody services. Announcements of this sort continued in quarter three, but the efforts have yet to yield widespread institutional trading. This has allowed emerging companies to build a handful of large businesses trading digital assets. Traditional Wall Street firms are waiting in the wings. Now, why would Ripple, a company that uses XRP, a company that isn't a trading company, they're not a Wall Street company, they are a fintech company, they are looking to move money. Why would they be interested in this capacity for Wall Street firms to be trading cryptocurrencies on custody exchanges? Well, my thought is this. Big companies are going to need XRP. We already know this from Brad Garlinghouse saying this is the biggest quarter for companies to buy and hold the digital asset. And so what Ripple is relying on is liquidity providers. And so what happens on a trading desk when you want something, when you want a stock? So traditionally, we've seen this in the stock market. You see what's called a bid and an ask price. And if you guys don't know what that is, I'll link all these articles in the description. I'll just give you kind of a breakdown, kind of real quick of what it is. So to provide liquidity, companies are going to need more and more XRP. And how do they do this? Well, right now they're starting off with a bunch that they are buying and holding. But what's going to happen is XRP and other digital assets are going to be traded over the open market. And here is where the value comes into place. So the bid and ask price, an average investor contends with the bid and ask spread as an implied cost for trading. For example, if the current price quotation of a security A, now we're talking about securities here because this is with relation to the stock market, so I'm not saying XRP is a security by any means, but if the current price quotation of security A is $10.50 / $10.55, investor X, so the person who wants to buy, who is looking to buy security A, so who's looking to buy XRP, so let's just say it this way, JP Morgan Chase, who's looking to buy XRP, at the current market price would pay $10.55, so they'd pay this, the ask price, while investor Y, who is some random person selling, wishes to sell at the current market price would receive $10.50. So if you hold XRP and you're looking to sell, you would get $10.50 in this example. If you're looking to buy XRP, you would purchase it at $10.55. That is what's called the bid and the ask prices. And these prices change depending on supply and demand. And so guys, right now, there's not a lot of demand for XRP, and that's why we're seeing it trading at 45 cents or whatever it's trading at today. But when there is more demand, once all this stuff comes into place, we're going to see XRP being traded on exchanges. Liquidity providers are going to need it. So the liquidity provider are going to have to pay the ask price, and we are going to sell at the bid price. And there's always this spread. There's always a spread of a buy and a sell. Sometimes it's a larger spread, sometimes it's a smaller spread, depending on the demand, depending on the supply and the demand. But guys, this is what's going to give XRP value. It's going to be on exchanges. People are going to need it, right? I can't stress that enough. If something is wanted and needed, people are going to buy it. And so in this case, if you need XRP, you are going to pay whatever it takes because it is what you need in order for your business to continue working. Okay? And then, of course, there are the trolls that are saying, yeah, but, why would businesses do that? They're going to lose money if it's too expensive, or I don't know what their argument is. It's a pretty stupid argument. The fact is, it doesn't matter what the price is to them because the volatility they're exposed to is like 3 to 4 seconds. So, within 3 to 4 seconds, XRP could fluctuate a little bit, maybe, 10, 20 cents. I don't know at that time what it'll be. But even if it's like $1 here or there, think of the fluctuations on 4 to 5 seconds of volatility versus 2 to 3 business days of volatility. And that is what is happening today with SWIFT. It takes 2 to 3 business to do cross-border transactions, and banks and financial institutions are right now exposed to 2 to 3 days of volatility. Okay, guys, I just want to show you one more thing with the bid and the ask price, just to see. Here's just an exchange. Here's my CoinSquare exchange. Okay, this is where I buy cryptocurrencies, and I wanted to demonstrate this with Bitcoin. Here's the Bitcoin USD price. Okay, and as you can see up here is the bid, down here is the ask. Okay, so the spread is $186.34. So there's $186.34 that separates the bid and the ask price with Bitcoin in this case, and that is a 2.91% spread. Okay, so this happens. So these are all orders in the exchange. These are people wanting Bitcoin and they have to pay this price, and these are people selling their Bitcoin and they have to pay this price. And once there is a buyer and seller that are agreeing on the exact same price to buy and sell, that order gets matched up and the transaction occurs. So guys, when you're wondering, is my XRP going to be worth something down the road? All you have to think is how Ripple is setting up their company, why they're interested in banks and financial institutions buying and holding XRP, why they're interested in liquidity providers, why they're interested in custody solutions, trading XRP over the open market, and then you have to understand what bid and ask price is. This method of trading happens in every market, so why wouldn't it happen with XRP? So guys, I'd advise you sit back, hold on, and enjoy the ride. Your XRP is going to see higher prices as the months go on. But I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.